Well, friends, here's an interesting thing that came into the shop. It's a doorbell, and some of you might recognize these. It's pretty old. It still works sometimes. The problem is it would appear someone on the outside of the door took a circular saw and cut right across it and cut this bell. You can see they've cut it pretty good. This looks like brass, so brazing that together should be no problem. But this sheet metal thing, they cut that too. And I think I'm going to have to rebuild that. So let's open it up, have a look. Now, I've already been into this. In fact, the bell here was covered with some muck, and you can see that it's brass, but this coloring on it I think was applied deliberately, so I'm not going to buff it down to the brass. I'm going to just leave it right at this. So now luckily this piece, this sheet metal here appears to be exactly the same as this piece. Yeah, so I can remove this one and use it as a template to make a new one. But before I do that, I want to create a fixture to hold the brass pieces in place. I think we'll start by just screwing it down to this piece of wood. Oh yeah, that will hold it in place nicely. Is that still aligned? Yes, it is. Okay, that's looking good. Put this apart. Be very careful to pay attention to the order in which things come out. Okay, there's the top. That is going to create a problem in me making my template, but that's okay. Then, this one goes into that small hole. This one goes into that big hole. There are these two bushings here, one of which is partially cut. All right, so this goes down here, and this goes up here. And there's my template. Hopefully I can figure out where these bushings came from. Oh, I know where they are. Those bushings are the spacer between this level and that level. Now this part here, I have it in place. I should be able to braze this together just the way it is. Next step is to find a piece of sheet metal to make this out of. It's pretty thin. I'm thinking like 24, maybe 26 gauge. And I think a steel soda can would be perfect for that. Plus it will have the added benefit of having the soda can printing on it. So when you look at it, you say, oh, they made that from a can of V8 or something. So I found a piece of galvanized steel flashing that's the same thickness as my original piece. And I laid out the pieces onto it, scribed around it, and scribed out the holes. Okay, so now I'm going to center punch all these holes. And I'm going to do this with a manual center punch because I feel that the automatic can sometimes shift a little bit, because when you're compressing the spring, it's applying a bunch of pressure. Now, I don't know if you can tell on the video, but from my perspective, I got a pretty decent outline and my holes all punched. Okay, we'll start with the smallest hole first, And I'm just going to drill this with a hand drill. Okay, now this last hole is larger than a 1/4 inch, so I should use a pilot drill, but I'm going to just go for it. Now you see, this is a problem with drilling thin sheet metal like that. Look how it distorted that. So I'm going to have to clean that off and then pound it back flat. But that's not such a big deal. The big deal is, does that gear fit? And it does. So we're good. The alignment to the other piece looks pretty decent. I think we'll cut it out and do a test fit. And for that, we'll just use aviation snips. That should do just fine. I wish I'd had a flat piece of sheet steel, but this is what I had that was the right thickness. I would have preferred to use a soda can. So look at what I did there. I put that hole in that place. So as I suspected, I thought I'd have to make this part over again. That's exactly what I'm going to have to do. But you guys know what they say. You go to school on the first one. And you know what the problem was? Is I did not scribe that big hole because my finger was over the top of it holding the piece down. One thing about these aviation snips is they really deform thin sheet metal like this pretty badly. So what I end up doing a lot is cutting big and grinding down to the shape I want. So you can see the lines. Now I need to get down to those, and there are a number of ways to do that. And I ended up using the Dremel to get down to those lines. It turned out pretty decent. That is not too bad. I'll go clean that up on the belt sander and we'll try to install it. Let's see if we can get this all sandwiched back together. If you hadn't paid attention, these are not the same on each side. Luckily, the square drive is only on one side, and that is the back. So we know that that side is the side that will be up here. And that does not fit very well. Which means I'm going to have to ream that hole. Now the reason that hole shrunk is because I hammered this flat and it had a little bit of a mushroom head going, but when I hammered it flat, it closed it. Did I mention that when you're working with sheet metal you should always wear gloves? Okay, that is looking good. Still looking good. Screw holes aren't perfect, but I think they're close enough. At this point, all we're doing is testing. And we have a little bit of misalignment going on. Now you see how that screw's going straight up and down, but that one is leaning to the back. That is just enough misalignment that I can't hit the holes in the casting. And what that means is I need to make another one of these. On the bright side, I have this one to start with as a pattern, and I know how much the misalignment is. The alignment on all the bearing holes, though, is pretty decent because it is working the way it's supposed to work. Let's see if this one will work again, because something I discovered when I was trying to put it back together, it worked okay for the action, but the holes wouldn't line up. But I was trying to put it this way. I went back and reviewed the camera footage, and the orientation is actually this way, and that explains why it wouldn't fit. So I'm going to try this one more time. Okay, there's still a little bit of misalignment going on there. I can fix that. You know what I said about you go to school on the first one? Sometimes you go to school on the first three. Anyway, I think I finally got it right. Take a look at that. Now, if I had to make this gear, that would be a real pain. But yeah, luckily that saw blade just scratched it. Okay. We are gold. Okay, that is working. So we'll take that apart, fix the bezel, put it all back together. Okay, let's see if we can get this thing glued together. I think I'm gonna do a little more while it's still bolted down. Let it cool, take it off, finish it. That's looking okay. I think I'm gonna just let it cool and hit it with a wire wheel, see what it looks like. Maybe get in there with a Dremel and try to recreate some of this texture effect. It probably won't be too bad. Okay, we'll go ahead and remove this from the fixture. It's still a little bit warm. That's not so bad. That's not bad at all. Let's take it over to the drill press, wire wheel it. That is not looking too bad. You can see where I brazed it on both sides. I'm going to come in with a burr on the Dremel and see if I can kind of try to match the texture around it a little bit. I'm not going to do too much to it though. Now this burr I've got here is like 3/32 of an inch. And I want to be very gentle with this. Okay, now I think I'm going to hit this with some white lithium grease because I like it. Where's that other bushing? Oh, there it is. Okay. Sometimes when you heat stuff up, it pulls it together and leads to issues like I'm having right now where this one screw hole just isn't quite lined up right. And the way I'm going to do that is with a needle file. Okay, so here it is back together. It works in both directions. It's nice and smooth. Yes, that is nice. Time for the acid test. I'm calling that a success. So friends, my shop has a very specific niche. When you have been everywhere else and they said it was impossible, you come to me. And this is proof. I'm happy to answer any questions in the doobly-doo below, so please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Click up here to see my last video. Click over here to see something of mine that YouTube thinks you'll like. And have a good one.